Hello, this is News Review. My name is Lamin Jai. Coming up on the show, police arrest notorious fraudster. We'll bring you a report on that. Also coming up, Gambia's used car market is growing, but is the average Gambian able to afford these cars? We'll bring you a report on that too. And more are also coming up on the show. But first, we will begin with the papers, and I'll start with the Standard newspaper. The Standard today, Tuesday, the 28th May 2019, is reporting that sentenced soldier says we are happy. Also on the Standard, the Attorney General asked those adversely mentioned by Janet Commission to report. Generals Umpa Mendy, Tamba freed. Also on the Standard, AMRC wants to return $650 million bank debt portfolio to CBG, that's the Central Bank of the Gambia. So we'll quickly go through some of the stories on the Standard. The Standard is reporting that one of the soldiers sentenced to 9 years imprisonment by the General Court Martial at Yundum Barracks yesterday defiantly declared, "We are happy." Captain Yaya Jame was among 9 soldiers slammed with custodial sentences ranging from 3 to 9 years after they were found guilty of various crimes, including attempting to overthrow the government of President Adama Barrow. The court-martial, led by Judge Advocate Senabu Wada Sise, sentenced Captain Yaya B. Jame, Lieutenant Abdullah Jaju, Lieutenant Yaya Jame, Sergeant Babukar Sane, Sergeant Malik Bojang, Lance Corporal Ababaji, and Private Mbamba Baji to 9 years, while Private Aliu Sane was found guilty on 4 counts, was sentenced to 3 years. So the Standard is also reporting that the AG, that's the Attorney General, asked those adversely mentioned by Janet Commission to report. The Attorney General yesterday issued a press statement advising all those who have been notified of being adversely mentioned in the Janet Commission report to contact his chambers next week. The statement reads, following the conclusion of the work of the Commission of Inquiry into the financial activities of public bodies, enterprises, and offices as regards their dealings with former President Yahya Jammeh, a number of adverse findings have been made by the Commission against certain individuals and companies who have been notified of these adverse findings. While the government continues to review the Commission's voluminous report, the Attorney General wishes to invite all those who have received notices of adverse findings from the Commission to contact the Solicitor General or the Attorney General at the Ministry of Justice in person or through authorized third parties between the 3rd and the 8th of June 2019. So the Standard is also reporting that Generals Umpa Mendy and Tamba freed. Those reports were on the News Review program yesterday. So the Standard is also reporting a very interesting story there. An unhappy husband sues Badibu chief. Omar Kamara, the man who accused Chief Alaji Jan of Central Badibu of ending his marriage to his second wife, has filed a suit at the Kanifing Kadi Court against the district herdsman. The matter was called yesterday but was adjourned to the 1st of July 2019 for continuation of hearing. Mr. Kamara, a resident of Suarekunda village, Lower Badibu, had earlier told the Standard that his wife Fatu Jaite had asked him for a divorce, but he refused the request. He added, or he demanded to know whether a chief in Central Badibu could end a marriage in Lower Badibu and whether it is in fact within the remit of a district head chief to annul a marriage where Kadi courts are functioning. He accused Chief Jan of preparing a false divorce letter and backdated it just because he hailed from the same village as his wife. He admonished the chief to immediately forfeit and cancel the false divorce certificate he willfully and unlawfully prepared and illegally backdated to sometime in 2018, or he would take legal action. Now Kamara has come good on his threat. However, the chief in his defense said Kamara divorced his wife and even accepted the bride price repaid to him. He said Kamara divorced his wife about 10 months ago, despite pleas from his own family not to do so. He added that even the Alcalo of Suare Kunda was aware of the matter. Chief Jan said a summons was filed to him following the persistent, irreconcilable differences that as the chief, it was his responsibility to end conflicts. I never ended Omar's marriage and I never prepared any divorce certificate. They had a problem. A summons was filed to me through his mother-in-law, he explained. The Standard is also reporting that AMRC wants to return $650 million bank debt portfolio to CBG, that's the Central Bank of the Gambia. The managing director of AMRC has disclosed that the corporation might be forced to hand over the debt recovery portfolio of the defunct Keystone Bank to the Central Bank of the Gambia, CBG, because most of the loans were given without any collaterals, making it very difficult and expensive to recover. The Central Bank took over the defunct commercial bank in 2016 and granted an approval to the corporation in 2017 to recover its $650 million plus debts. That will be all on the Standard. We'll go to the next newspaper, which is The Point. The Point is reporting that 7 soldiers sentenced to 9 years for treason or other charges. That is the same as the one we reported on yesterday and the Standard. Generals Umpamendi and Tamba freed. Yes, we also reported on that. Global Peace Index, Gambia records world's largest improvement in peace. AG invites names of adversely mentioned at the Janet Commission. That is also reported by the Standard. So we'll quickly go through this story there. Global Peace Index, Gambia records world's largest improvement in peace. Since the 2016 election of Adama Barrow as president, the Gambia has recorded the world's largest improvement in peace, moving up 35 places in the latest ranking of Global Peace Index from 111th in 2017 to 76th. This massive achievement now means that the Gambia is ranked for the first time amongst the 15 most peaceful countries in sub-Saharan Africa. In 2018, a scorecard published by major independent global financial and research institutions like the World Bank, IMF, Brookings Institute, Chatham House, among others, gave high ratings to the country in the areas of governance, public finance management, and human development. These are all global reports that have favorably ranked the leadership style, governance, and development efforts of the Barrow administration. So that will be all on the papers. We'll move to our first story, where a notorious fraudster was Tuesday paraded before the media at the anti-crime unit office in Bijilo. The suspect, according to the police, has been preying on the business community for quite some time and is now charged with various fraud-related offenses. Momodu Justice Dabo reports.
Karanta is 45 and currently has 43 pending case files of elaborate scam and fraud targeting the business community. Briefing the media on Karanta's modus operandi, the public relations officer of the Gambia Police Force, SP Lamin Joy, explained that Karanta's mode of operations includes selling out stories to his victims, most of whom are business people.
Davo is the young man you have seen. He is 45 years of age and he hails from Sukuta Sabeji but resides at Kololi. Actually, the reason why we want to look into Karanta's issue is the fact that Karanta has been targeting our business community for quite a while now, and he has caused a lot of economic losses to members of the business community. And we've gathered several complaints as we speak. About 43 different individuals have launched complaints against Karanta, and the police been investigating all these cases. We like the general public to be aware of the way Karanta operates, so that that will be an awareness creation to be able to avert such kind of situations, or to be able to prevent other people from getting into the same circumstances as he's already people who have already been victimized by him. One of the ways that Karanta operates is this. He sells out stories to people, and what he tells people in the first instance is possibly he comes with fake currencies. If you can see, these things are dollars, but they are actually not real dollars, but fake dollars. Karanta could come to any shop, and this is also euro, but it is also not real, but fake. He could come to a particular bureau de change. His target mainly are bureau de change, that is money changing bureaus, and also shopkeepers. He could come to any of these money changing bureaus and say to them he wants to change some money and obtain the Gambian currency from them. Eventually he will disappear into thin air. They will never see him, only to realize later that in fact the currency that he gave them are fake. The other thing that he does is he goes to shopkeepers and tells them that, look, I just came from abroad and I have only foreign currencies with me. Sometimes he will be having these fake currencies with him. Make the shopkeeper believe that actually he is having money, but he doesn't have change. And he will promise the shopkeeper that he is going to change the money. And as soon as he changes the money, he will bring the money and then obtain several goods from this particular shopkeeper. These goods could range from rice, from cooking oil, from onions, potatoes, many other kinds of foodstuff and other items he could obtain from shopkeepers. And as soon as the shopkeeper gets convinced, he leaves and he will never come back again, or you might never be able to see him again. The third way he operates is sometimes what he does is he comes with his vehicle, stop by your shop and just enter your shop and say to you, look, I just live nearby you, I'm just a neighbor of yours. Perhaps you might not know me, but I'm doing construction around this area, and I have some workers who are currently doing work at the construction site, and I need food for them. So what I need you to do for me is please help me get some food items, and then I will deliver it to them. And I'm going to do changes, and as soon as I do that, then I will bring your money. And he will load these goods in the vehicle, cooking oil, you know, all the food stuff in the vehicle, and he will run away. You wouldn't see him again. Sometimes he could even tell you, I'm going to the car to get the money and bring it for you. But as soon as he leaves to get to the car, he just drives away and go his way. These are the ways Karanta operates. And as I said to you, he has succeeded in defrauding about 43 complaints that the police receive right now, and they have been investigating. Some of these cases, he's already standing trial.
Spinjaya called for vigilance on the part of the general public so they may not fall for tricks such as those of Karantas. According to the police spokesperson, Karanta has succeeded in defrauding 43 people, and items such as bags of rice, sugar, and gallons of paint have been recovered from him. Also speaking at the press briefing, Commissioner Gorgin Boob, commander of the anti-crime unit, highlighted the need for information sharing in the fight against crime.
ñun ñëpp xam nañ ne anti-crime fu mu nekk nii am nañ benn at te biñ ñëwee ak léegi try nañ pour wàññi crime rate bi ba dem na si suuf bu baax a baax a baax ñu ngi gërëm ñëpp nag di leen sant si jàppale bi ñoo jàppale waaye ba tey ñu ngi ñaan dimbal tamit again pour nit ñi gën a ñëw forward pour gën ñoo mën a jox information. Parce que ñun suñu liggéey dafa depend ci information il faut que nit ñi toog waxtaan ak ñun parce que last time bi joxe nañ number bi di 776 3015 pour anytime boo ko koolee di nga am kenn koo mun a waxal lii sa problème nga mun koo wax su fekkee ne lu ñu war a fanxala si saa si ñu fanxa ko.
He also pointed out that despite the successes of his unit in combating crime, the general public needs to be vigilant.
ñun amuñ right pour ñu dugg si kër gi ki ko def yaa ngee tooñ duwaa képp koo xam ne kii yaa ngee denc sàcca yow yaa sàcca bi yëpp yéen a am dogal boo leen xam ne yéen ñaar yéen a ko bokk a def bi ko ki sàcca tey mu daw dugg sa kër yow soo ko fanxee nga denc ko ëllëg si biir amaan na sàcca bi mun naa ñëw sa kër mu ñëw def la ko soo sàcca ku ko gis war nga koo mun a weer Gambia fu mu toll nii ñun waruñoo dëkk si posongi dëkkin bi dañ war a dëkk si village li Gambia dañ am new dispensation Gambia dañ am new démocratie foog na démocratie boobu nit ñi waruñ koo jël ne tooñ la démocratie du tooñ démocratie mooy nga respect sa boppa respect sa réew ku bugg sa réew da ngaa try pour nga liggéey ñu ngi am nag sàcca yu ndaw yuy xew mooy ay toj léegi xale yi bàyyi nañ di sàcca ay télévision ak yooyu léegi li ñu def mooy toj dañoo ñëw toj fuul néeg dugg si biir néeg bi duñ jël dara gannaaw xaalis si bitigi lañ ko dee gën a def borom bitigi maa ngi leen a ñaan gis ngeen li ko daree 3 o'clock 4 o'clock 5:30 bi ñoo nodda kenn ku nekk da nga attentive soo amee bitig waxtu boobu mooy the best time pour xale yi gën a dee sàcca.
Karanta has in the meantime been charged with obtaining goods by false pretenses to possession of counterfeit.
South Africa Global is pleased to launch Dalaba Housing Estate. Dalaba Housing Estate is our newest estate located on the Sukuta-Jabang Road. You can buy a finished 2 or 3 bedroom house or service plots accompanied with a free fence and gate.
And
So still on crime matters, 7 young men who were recently arrested on suspicion of burglary have also been paraded today at the anti-crime headquarters in Bijilo. ASP Laminja is the spokesperson of the police. Let's go to him there and listen to what he has to say in respect of these 7 young men.
And away from that, we also have seen some other boys over there. These people also, we have somebody by the name of Keba Gay. We also have Omar Gay, and also we have Momodu Sedi among them. And these people also, a few days ago, our anti-crime unit has been patrolling around the area of Bakote and have realized that a shop has been broken into, and then investigation was launched into this, and they realized that these are the boys who were responsible for this breaking, and items have been recovered for them, as you have seen outside over there displayed. So they are also here. They have been charged. Karanta equally has been charged for offenses ranging from obtaining by false pretense, also by in possession of counterfeit, and also stealing. So these boys too have been charged currently, and they are also awaiting trial. Like I always say, we don't take pleasure from sending these boys to court and to jail, but this is our job. The people whose properties they are stealing also deserve that intervention from the police, because this is what we do as far as our job is concerned. And we will ensure that we don't sleep over people's properties getting stolen and also and ignored. So we are trying all we have to do to ensure that anybody who is engaged in these criminal activities, we deal with you and be able to apply the law to the fullest.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm going to replace my AfriCell 3G SIM card.
Why use a 3G SIM card when you have a 4G phone? Replace your 3G SIM card today for the real AfriCell 4G SIM and receive 1 GB of internet data for free.
The Gambia in the past few years has been steadily turning into a market for used cars. More and more business people are importing used cars into the country and selling them. Every corner you can see all these cars are being littered there. So as our Omar Jallo reports, not many Gambians are able to afford these vehicles.
Reselling of used cars has become prevalent in the Gambia over the years. There are lots of imported used cars for sale at roadsides, but the price for these cars are never shown. One will have to negotiate from scratch without even knowing if the car is in a good condition. Recently, the number of dealers in sales of used cars has increased significantly, as well as the number of used cars in stock. However, despite the increase in the number of used cars in the country, only a few can afford to buy one.
Motorcycle nunto Benson kamumbore nite taxi nunto 25,000. Ngoto monte kabon te kabori taxi ola. Taxi man ola ngoto mo 25 taxi ola. Benson mena go bonana. Kamonang Europe. E kaso le 25. Mu yalon ko mambata. Bare sai o Benson sai 200. Wow. 200, 150, 175. Nada diata.
Okay, maybe follow for moto. You know, Europe sometimes they call a balaji or American you cannot nang. But near J moto ya sang, you know, ya not nang. Custom is very expensive, very very expensive. Ula ko moto da ko lande. Yaji. Nada custom da mon ko la bagay. Definitely moto fam ni da be jilare. If in million somebody is also no. But ning governance mo mako no la. But niaji textile minga la sa info is too expensive. Textile la ka fo da ko lande. Because presently Gambe jurubu ibo pro kono. Tax min la de kan akola fokote do ko la tanola. Nite mo na Europe ya sip. You know, ay nana ka tax min kan is too much. So ita wa fi no dami yanka be jino fo fana fi do mon ni ala kan ya di min fanda o fana te mo employé o fana bijere la fana wa fi ko ay ye commission de yala ala fana do la min da ka je jole o fana tax lom. So that's why I think ko kol kolada I think tax na anyala jila dumale.
Ko fayda ko burta moƴƴude ɗi moton haaji ɓaɗi dogi Europe ɗe ari ɗi dogi Afrique ɗo ko duwaɓe ɗuytude prix ji ɗi andanɗa mi ara neɗɗo he si tawi woni a wawima sodde moto a naɓimo ka garage ayi ko wawata wattude e makko ta ara no waɗi reasonable kono si tawi a soodimo wona 200 above a soodimo ma ɗum wona 100 and above a ƴetti o moto e a naɓimo ko garage ta kadi a natta e nattina e makko wona 50,000 ma ɗum 70,000 above ara ɗum koye loosis tawa joni ɗum ɓe kombo wawata regelde ɗum ko laamu ngu daroto he ɓe walla en fi ɗum ɓe tefa.
According to our findings, the cost of used cars are usually too high for ordinary Gambians to purchase. However, dealers are blaming the high costs on the high taxes levied on imported cars at the seaport. Reporting for the Fatu Network, I am Omar P. Jallo.
Now, the Turkish embassy, through the Turkish Cooperation Coordination Agency, TICA, last Friday donated 8 tons of food items to the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council. More in this report.
The donation forms part of a larger-scale Ramadan food package distribution by the International Development Assistance Agency of the Turkish government. 200 bags of rice, 20 bags of sugar, 20 cartons of dates, and cooking oil were some of the items donated at a ceremony held at the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council office in Kanifing. The first vice president of the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council, Imam Sharif Malik Bajan, was full of praise for TICA.
This is not the first time Gambia benefit from Turkish. We have a very long relationship, and Gambia benefited a lot from Turkish government. So this is one of the chain of benefits that Gambia is benefiting from Turkish government. Today, he came to translate that the verse in the Quran, وَتَعَوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى, help yourself, each other, for things that can give you benefit among yourself. Today, Turkish government, especially TICA, is now helping the needy in Gambia.
The Turkish ambassador to the Gambia, Ismail Sifa Yusir, participated in the ceremony and spoke in the context of Turkish-Gambia relations.
One of the most important pillars of our religion is solidarity, cooperation, and sharing what we have with the needy people. This is one of the most important things. In that respect, the Turkish government, Turkish people, and also our president, His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan, attaches most importance to the cooperation, collaboration, and also sharing with the African people. And Gambia has a particular importance, particular significance in that context.
TICA's country representative Ahmed Akif said his agency holds humanitarian works in very high esteem.
Today, we are here to witness the donation of the food items by TICA to the Supreme Islamic Council of Gambia. As you may know, TICA is a Turkish government development agency which provides technical and development assistance to needy countries. The items to be donated today include rice, sugar, cooking oil, dates, pasta, and tea. The items worth around 8 tons and are meant for 200 needy families in the Gambia. As TICA, we believe in cooperation. That's why we are here to collaborate with the Council to extend a helping hand to the families in need this holy month of Ramadan. Finally, we hope that the donated food items will reach to the right beneficiaries, and I want to thank you all again.
Friday's donation came at the back of a similar gesture to the First Lady's Foundation. Reporting for the Fatu Network, I am Omar P. Jallo.
Very well, viewer. With that, we come to the end of today's program. We will be back tomorrow. Thank you very much. Goodbye.